I am so excited that Rumble now has live streaming. That's been the one thing that has kept me on Facebook and YouTube was the live streaming features, and that I want to be able to live stream to my audience. But Rumble didn't have live streaming, so I really like Rumble. I like the whole idea of Rumble, a free speech first video platform, unlike Facebook and YouTube, as I'm sure most of you know that Facebook and YouTube are two of the most notorious, Google rather, Google and all of their properties, Facebook and all of their properties, Twitter and all of their properties, which is almost all of social media. They actively suppress ideas that they don't like. Now, I am a Bible study broadcaster. I broadcast live Bible study. I ask you to post your live comments in the live chat, and I respond to those live on the air. I want Bible Q&A to be your Bible study program. I want us to discuss the things that you want to discuss on Bible Q&A, where you ask the questions and the Bible gives the answers. That's the tagline or the motto of Bible Q&A. You ask the questions and the Bible gives the answers. Well, the mega social media providers, Facebook, Google, and Twitter, if they don't like the ideas that you're promoting, they actively suppress your content. That's a well-known fact that the tech tyrants, as I have come to call them, as a trending hashtag has been going around for some time now. The tech tyrants actively suppress content that they don't like. The most frequent area that you hear that talked about in is, of course, politics, right? Conservative political ideas are actively suppressed, banned, ostracized from the tech tyrant social media platforms. Well, I don't typically broadcast about politics. I do sometimes because I think if people don't realize that we are in a spiritual conflict that includes politics, well, then they're not fighting the good fight on all fronts. And so I do talk about politics on this broadcast. I don't shy away from it. If viewers ask political questions, I address them from the biblical perspective. But that's not. It's not only political ideas that the tech tyrants don't like. I can see where they are actively suppressing my content. I've run experiments where I've posted things to social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and then asked my audience if they saw that content, if it got disseminated to the actual subscribers to my content, and a very large percentage, even of the subscribers, said they never saw it. It never came up in their feed. They never saw that it was posted. So if they're actively suppressing, they call it shadow banning, where unless you do experiments like I just talked about, you wouldn't know that they were doing it. It's called shadow banning, where they're suppressing your content in a way that they're trying to do it without you knowing that they're doing it. Well, if they're doing that even to the active subscribers to the content, then you can only imagine how they're suppressing content from the recommendations and the in YouTube you get the recommended videos following the one you're watching, and Facebook does the same thing, and Twitter does the same thing. Well, if they're suppressing the content to your active subscribers, how much more so are they suppressing it in the recommended content to people who are actively looking for the kind of content that I'm providing? So I had experimented with Rumble to see if it would be a viable alternative. Since I do the huge majority of my program live, the huge majority of my content is live content, then Rumble wasn't really a viable option for me. And Vimeo was which Vimeo has the same problem that the other social media platforms have. If they don't like your content, they'll kick you off. And so Rumble wasn't really a viable option because they didn't have the live streaming content. And Vimeo, even if I did choose to use Vimeo instead of Facebook or YouTube, they're just priced out of reach. They're way too expensive for their live streaming service to be a viable option for me. So then today, when I logged on to Rumble and I saw that Rumble had added live streaming capability, I was signed up for it immediately, and I signed up for Rumble live streaming literally about 10 minutes ago, and now here's my first live stream on Rumble. And why is it so important that we have a alternative option for live streaming like Rumble, a free speech first, someone who respects your views, whether or not they agree with your views, they respect your right to share those views. Well, why is that so important? Because that's how we fight the spiritual battle. We fight a spiritual warfare, not a carnal warfare. We are engaged in a spiritual battle, not a carnal battle. And that spiritual battle is fought on the battleground of ideas. Well, if the people in power are actively suppressing our ability to share our ideas, our worldview, ideology, however you want to put it, if we're being actively suppressed from sharing that, then people don't have the opportunity to compare ideas. They don't have the opportunity to see, well, yeah, that makes sense, and this that I'm being told over here doesn't make sense. Throughout history, the enemies of mankind, those who are fighting on the dark side of the spiritual battle, those who are fighting on the side of Satan and his angels, the devil and his ministers, those who are fighting for evil, they have always used the same tactics. And one of the primary tactics is to suppress the ability to hear alternate ideas. Communist countries actively ban religion, ban the Bible. They don't want people to be able to see an alternative to what they are enforcing on the people. Well, that's an enemy position to mankind. We're created in the image of God with the ability to reason and think. And when people actively try to take away the resources that you should have available to you to compare ideas and to evaluate the validity of the different ideas, well, then they are working against you, not for you. So when you hear people talking about, these certain ideas need to be banned and these certain ideas need not be heard, and, they are your enemy. They're not your friend. Now, with that said, of course, any rational person understands that there is some content that should not exist, right? Pornography should be banned. It is not a conservative view. Certainly not spiritually conservative or politically conservative to take the position that people should have the right to expose the general public to them selling their bodies, to them prostituting their bodies, and to put it out there where young children who are too young to be able to evaluate different ideas are being exposed to that. Well, of course, certain content like that, vile, gross, gruesome content where people are having their rights taken away, they're being tortured. There are sick people in this world. Again, we live in a sin-sick world. There are sick people in this world that if the gates were just thrown open and just anything and everything could be posted, well, there would be a lot of really gross stuff that no rational person should desire to look into, much less children who don't have the ability to discern between different things. But on the battlefield of ideas, there's no ideas that should be banned. For example, I would be perfectly happy to debate someone on the idea that pornography should be freely available to everyone and anyone. I'd be perfectly happy to debate that idea, because that's not the same thing as putting the actual imagery out there for everybody to see whether they want to or not. And so, it's a discussion of ideas. It's a discussion of different philosophies and letting people choose what they think is the best philosophy, what they think is the best idea. Let the best ideas win out. So when people are actively trying to suppress your ability to share your ideas, well, that's bad. That's why I'm so glad that Rumble now has live streaming. I'm going to make Rumble my primary live streaming platform now, because I know that Rumble won't actively suppress my content. Rumble has the philosophy that people can post content within these certain guidelines that don't include. See, if I say that transgenderism, homosexuality, any number of things, if I say that those are expressions of mental illness that should be treated with compassion and understanding, that it is a mental illness, well, YouTube will kick me off. Facebook will kick me off. I can't say that there, but I can say that here on Rumble, because Rumble respects the free exchange of ideas, and I appreciate that. So yes, from here on out, Rumble will be my primary streaming platform. I'll still share that over on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter until they kick me off entirely, but I'm comforted now knowing that I'll still have a home for my content. Right? That's been something that's been a little stressful since I started live streaming, is that, just any day. YouTube has already messed with me. Let me see if I can, I won't pull it up here. I don't have it prepared, so I won't pull it up, take the time to prepare it. But in my YouTube Creator Studio, there's a thing there that says that they have stripped me of certain features because I am repurposing content. There's nothing on my YouTube channel that I myself did not create. And so that's just not true. And they did that with no recourse on my part to be able to challenge that, to be able to say, show me where I've repurposed content that is not mine. Right? So they make the charge, they strip you of the features, and don't give you any ability to challenge the charge. And so, okay, so if they kick me off, fine. I'll find another way to get my content out there. Well, I'm very thankful that Rumble is now providing me another avenue to get my ideas out there. I work better, I think better, I respond better when I'm live. And so I prefer live streaming. So again, thank you, Rumble, for adding the live stream feature. You are now my primary live streaming platform. Thank you very much. Just in closing, I just wanted to do a quick live stream to introduce Bible Q&A live to the Rumble audience. We're live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I pray that you will be with us Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern with your Bibles open and your mind open and your questions ready, because Bible Q&A is where you ask the questions and the Bible gives the answers. Let me close with this passage. Now I, Paul, myself, am pleading with you by the meekness and gentleness of Christ, who in presence am lowly among you, but being absent am bold towards you. But I beg you that when I am present, I may not be bold, with that confidence by which I intend to be bold against some, who think of us as if we walked according to the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God, for pulling down strongholds, casting down arguments, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity. Every thought. See, it's a battle for the hearts and minds of mankind. One side of that battle is the light. One side of that battle is the dark. I don't want to be on the dark. I want to be in the light. Bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ, and being ready to punish all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Thank you for watching today. Please stay tuned for more Bible Q&A content here on Rumble, as we make Rumble now our primary platform for live streaming. Thanks again for watching.